Hello?
Oh, hello everyone, and welcome to Vtracc, the VTuber tracc.eu challenge. Today is round 3 of the season 25-2. We are, as you can see, in beautiful Styria in Austria at the Red Bull Ring with quite a lot of action going on today. Of course, it's the third round of this championship, and I do believe that we have a track lap to show us, to guide us around the circuit.
Welcome to this track lap around the Red Bull Ring. My name is Asen Yampar, and I will be taking you on board with me for a lap around this fast and technical track. Alright, here we go. We start our first lap of the Red Bull Ring. We want to be using as much curbing as we can here, braking at the 100, and staying as close to that apex without getting into that curbing on the inside. The sausage curb there will really unsettle you. Pretty long straight here, all the way up into turn 3. Brake at the 100-meter board. And then gently get on the throttle here. You want to be careful going up into that turn 3 because the elevation change will unsettle the car. Now we're going into turn 4, using all the curbing again. Brake at the 100. Downshift. Hook it up late. Power down. Use the curbing as you can, don't get into the gravel. Stick to the right hand side, using all the curbing yet again here. Braking at the 50. Then easing off the throttle as we go through. And get on the power again. A little bit later. Braking just after the curbing. Hook it in and start applying the throttle. And we're going to use all the curbing yet again. Braking at the 50. Get as close into that apex as you can. Power on once you get out of it. Using all the curbing on exit. Both these corners. Then we come across the line to take a lap of the Red Bull Ring.
All right, that was a beautiful lap that we saw there. That was done by Asa, the Nyampai, or Asa Ravana as they're racing as today. And I'm not alone here in the commentary booth. With me is, of course, Charlton Bertoni. How are you doing?
Hello, you may know me from such scenes as Tracc.eu from yesterday, Slipstream, and washing dishes in all of the races I've competed in today. Fabulous to be here, looking forward to it, and it should be cinema in the Vtracc series, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the standings.
So as it stands, in P1 is Ubdius. And this is for the pros. No, this isn't the pros. What is this? This is silly me. Ubdius, P1 for the AMs. DJ Overdrive, P2. P3 in the terrible, P4. Zero Alexandra. P5 Savage EJ. P6 Deathplay Ante. P7 Haruge Kanemoto. P8 Tateyama. P9 Messias. P10 is Tolls. We're going to go with that. P11 Foro Ukami. P12 Luna. And P13 Limit.
Exactly, and then silver class, we have Electroshock leading the way right now in front of Kenneth Losgelöst and Ekim Alim Boran Shensoy. Then we have Kaito Nasa and Kat Kisumiri, Dirty Kohai, Calsquid, Imentric Saints, Neko Kitten, Daedalus VT, Amethysta VTube, and Jordan Brunch.
And this is where the pro is, where my queue is, because I'm a sausage. P1 is Isaac Umbrus. P2 is Ruby Nakamata. P3, Oma Ohm. P4, Biggie Hugs. P5 is All Akihara. P6, Ubista. P7 is Eric Gregis. P8 is Azza Ravana. P9, Mu Song, silly me. And P10 is Midnight Hurricane.
I'm proud that you corrected yourself there. Let's continue with the teams. We've got Grip Runners Racing leading the way with 38 points, just 1 point ahead of Technoburst Racing, and only 3 points ahead of Vitality Baku Racing Team. Also not far behind is RevUp.02 by Technoburst. And then we have RevUp by Technoburst, Phoenix Racing VTuber Academy, Technoburst 02, and Queen's Design Panon Formula. So there are quite a few championships that our drivers will be participating for today, will be racing for today. And we are just coming up to the end of the practice session. The time is over for that. We've just got a couple of people finishing their laps. Afterwards, we will jump straight into the qualifying session. So, having looked at all of these standings that we have right now, I think there is quite a lot of battling that we're looking forward to today. 3 classes battling amongst each other, team championship, and of course we have 26 drivers lined up today at the start, it seems. That's how many are in the server anyways right now. What are your feelings about the race today?
Honestly, I mean, looking at some of the standings at the moment, I'm looking at the pro category. Isaac Umbris on 26 points. Ruby's not here today from the looks of things. I'm not incorrect. Am I? No, I'm not. Omen with 21 and Biggie Hugs on 20. I mean, it's pretty wide open, I think, for the pro category if you look at it. Then looking at sort of the team standings as it is, Grip Runners maybe leading the way with 38, but there's really not many points between it. I think it's still a massive toss-up at this point in the season, at the halfway mark, for anybody to take the P1. So really going to be close, really close.
What we have to mention for that as well, you saw in the standings that the top drivers had 25 points or 26 points. That is because we have 1 drop round this season, and that is already in effect in the standings. So even though we had 2 rounds already, one of these rounds is already being dropped for all drivers. That's why there is no driver with basically more than 25 points at the moment. Also, we've got 1 extra point for fastest lap during the race, which is why you might see some having 26 points.
Now, which makes more sense.
Yeah, now that we've cleared that up. Anything else we need to clear up before we get into the qualifying session, as we currently see Isaac Umbris on the outlap?
Well, I think the only thing we're going to have to clear up is who we predict for the P1, P2, and P3.
No, let's wait until the end of the qualifying session for that.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunate we'll have to wait for that. But for now, let's take a look. We see Isaac Umbris coming around to soon starting the first flying lap, closely followed by the BMW of Midnight Hurricane. Both of these are rather quick drivers, especially Hurricane has shown in the practice session already that they have quite the good pace around this circuit. So let's take a look what they can do. As they start the first flying lap, Isaac Umbris is coming into T1 here. Not cutting the inside there. Going a bit far on the exit there. I'm not sure if that invalidated the lap or not. But there's always something you have to watch out. The sausage curb is usually the limiter. You shouldn't really go far beyond that. Let's put it like that.
No, the one thing Isaac is doing is sort of punching a bit of a hole for Hurricane at the moment, Midnight. I think this might come to bite them a bit later into the quali session. I don't know about you.
Oh, but look at how far to the left Hurricane went there on the entry to braking for that corner. Was that maybe a bit too far? I'm not sure where the track limits there are, actually. I've never even thought about going that far out there.
The thing is with Red Bull Ring, it's quite deceptive in that sense where you really have to play it on the edge and just look for those late apexes. I think Isaac there is going for a bit more of a bank lap, a bit more conservative at the moment, but, you know, from the judging of things, got to try and use as much of the curbing as possible. You can see it here, look, Isaac there just hangs right towards the outside to get that late apex coming to the start-finish straight.
Oh, that was quite a lot of verbiage taken there. That's
Side
definitely
rotation.
invalid now for Isaacs, but let's see. Midnight Hurricane already puts in a lap. A 128.4. That is one hell of a banker lap.
Yeah, I did think Isaac did punch a little bit of a hole there. It's going to make things quite difficult for some of the other closer drivers at the moment.
Well, we see Electroshock, for example, also putting in a very good lap for a silver driver. Only a second behind Midnight Hurricane there. Kenneth Losguller is behind that as well, and Ian the Terrible putting the first AM lap in, which is immediately bested by Steve EJ for the best AM lap so far. A Savage EJ. Did I say Steve?
I think you did say Steve.
I'm sorry. It's definitely not a reference to some recent video game movie.
Oh god, no. Oh dear. As times are sort of drifting at the moment, you can just see there's a little bit of sort of a smattering of different colours at the moment in terms of the AMs and the silvers. So we get Akihara there sort of putting it in a decent position about, I think that's 20, oh, it's 30.2. Yeah, 30.2 at the moment. Definitely, I think more time to find and just people getting a bit more used to how much you can push on the outside to the inside of some of these corners. You really have to. Oh, Julian, look, it's your favourite.
Oh, it's the Bentley. I'm always happy when I get to see a Bentley. Biggie hugs here from Australia. Coming all the way to Central Europe with the British car. It's lovely to see. Let's hope for some better luck this time than they had last time around the Nordschleife, which unfortunately wasn't the best outcome for the Bentley.
No, certainly not. I mean, it was a good recovery drive, though. I have to say, Hugfrieder did make up the time there, as they appear to be doing, currently on their lap, having a little look at race control, quite a few drivers going quite a bit faster than their original tyres at the moment. Even Midnight's finding an improvement, even on the 28.2 they originally put up. So, very interesting stuff at the moment. See what final product Midnight can put out.
I mean, as you said, the first lap was more of a banker lap for most of these drivers. That's usually how people do it anyways. And it seems like that is the case with so much green that we see on the Delta right now.
Yeah, Ohm as well, going quite rapid and challenging for the pole position here. And so is, yeah, I think there's a few people that might actually be in the mix for this one. I mean, the Audi here goes quite well. Traction's quite great. Drives beautifully out of the corners, but knowing Omet, sometimes a little bit sideways, a bit too enthusiastic on the throttle. I think we've seen it before.
I mean, it's easily done, especially in with a car with such a short wheel. What's the term for that?
I know what you mean.
Wheelbase. The wheelbase. Yeah, the Audi has a very short wheelbase for a GT3 car, therefore easier to turn in, but also easier to trouble. But putting it nicely into P1 with a 28.1 immediately pulls to the side. I think happy for now with that lap, but there's still the challenge. There's still some challenges. Isaac Umbris currently only 4/10ths behind that as well. Isaac really looking to improve on his lap as well. Right now, 2/10ths up. Maybe challenging for that P2 right now?
Yeah, it's going to take about 3-4 tenths to really put themselves into contention here, but, you know, front row of the grid gives you plenty of opportunity here, especially on the outside, actually, I find, for the Red Bull Ring. If you can hang it to the outside and find that good rung, you're just going to be tucked behind someone's rear wing, so it won't be the worst pain in the world to be P2, I'd say.
Definitely not, but let's see the last sector now. These are some deceptive corners in terms of how much curb you can take. Oh, I could have taken a bit more. Maybe that was invalid. Yeah, that was unfortunately invalidated there on the exit of the last corner. It's always hard to get that last corner right here. First and last corner, in my opinion, are the hardest ones to get right.
Yeah, 100%. You really can just lose all of the time on that last corner. It so depends on your exit. It really does. Hugs at the moment going about 2 to 3 tenths quicker by the looks of things.
And
really
Kenneth
starting to
Loskalo is really putting himself in the middle of that pro class. Wants to put the fight towards Electroshock, who is really doing well right now. But bested by Cal Squid. Oh, look at that.
What is going on? Silvers came to play today.
Absolutely they did.
My. And I think Asa and Hugs looking like they're on improvements at the moment, but so is quite a bit of the field actually. By those things, Akihara, Gregis, Dosguluds, Squid, everyone's showing some decent improvements in the laps right now. I think Asa might possibly put themselves into P4, P3.
We'll have to see that. Right now we're watching Kaito Nasa only this last corner. Let's see where this lap puts him.
Kaito.
P8! That's P2 in the class. Immediately bested by Ivano, Ikim, Alibor, and Shensoi. Wow. Of course, it's sort of home advantage. The Turkish driver with the Turkish car. Oh, sorry, the BMW.
I was going to say as well, Asa just put that into P4 as well, just above Umbrus, with Electroshock rounding out on the P6. Damn. We've got a really interesting result today.
Oh yeah, these drivers are really showing what they can do. Cal Squid, is this going to be an improvement? Yes! Ahead of Kaito Nasa now into P3, provisionally for the silver class. We're only halfway through qualifying, and these guys are already putting lap after lap after lap, trying to better themselves. So this is really the difference that you can see between a short circuit and the long circuit. Of course, last time we were at the Nordschleife, most people got in like 2 qualifying laps, maybe 3 if they pushed it. But here people can really grind for that 1 lap.
100%. And the thing is with Red Bull Ringers, I feel as if, having practiced it quite a bit lately in the Lexus, you just have to find where the consistency is, especially through turn 1, and then you've got to set up the rest of that lap. And each corner, it can take just that little bit of an inch too far, and you've invalidated your entire effort. So it really, you've just got to hook it up completely. And I think Kaito's even starting to find a bit more confidence now in the Ford as well.
The Kaito has taken the position 3 back from Kel Squid. Well done, Kaito Ivano now up into P2 for the silver class. Zula Kihara placing himself right behind that. 8 to 9? Yeah, behind that, the row behind for now. But there are still quite a few drivers improving on the lap. Omet Orm is currently in an invalid lap, which they are, but the delta shows quite well time. So there's still time to be saved for Omet Orm, which is sort of surprising. Will they be going for the first 27?
I think it's really possible, especially for the Audi here. And I think the main thing that I worry about, especially for Omet, is the higher fuel load. What's that? What's happening?
Luna Lupo, very well done on that lap, putting themselves into P3 in the M class. Between Zero Alexandra and Tals the 14th. Now let's look at Kat Kizumiri finishing their lap, bringing themselves safely above all of the M drivers. They have been looking for this, and right behind Kenneth Losgelust. So that's going to be a battle between the two, potentially.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, DJ Overdrive at the moment, just a sort of touch on the AMs, having nearly a second in advantage on the quali, but P2s, 3, 4, yeah, all looking really close, within about a tenth or 2 of each other. So see if they can close the gap a bit more. Oh, an overtake.
Oh yes, Sula Kihara now placing himself ahead of Ivano. Sort of trying to re-establish the order that pros should be in front of silvers. We're starting to see them form up correctly, as Ubica is looking to improve. Does improve, but doesn't improve in position. But the time is looking up.
Certainly, there's a nice little smattering of silvers at the moment that are just disrupting the pro table. And there's a little bit of solidarity at the top 5 there, but even then, it's still
Ooh.
looking mighty close. Could this
Let's
be?
look at what this is. Is it? It's the first 27 of the day already on Matt Ohm, showing impressive skill with the Audi around the Red Bull Ring. Will anyone be able to beat that? That has put the hammer down.
I'm speechless. I don't have much to say. I have to be honest. That was just magnifique, truly. I still think Hurricane Midnight's got a bit more in the tank, though. I have been in a few practice sessions with them, and I've seen them get closer to the 27s. So, a few Gabagals. I'm pushing them on the table, Julian. I'm pushing them on the table to get that 27. I think Midnight could have a very good run at it.
There is definitely potential for it. However, I would also like to mention Asa Ravana, who has been looking rather racy recently, and after a couple bad runs recently, a couple bad luck situations recently, will want to prove herself today. Improving slightly on the lap there, I think, but not enough to improve in position. There's still time to be gained for her, however.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, Asa's been quite pacey at the moment. I think the Ferrari on that higher fuel load will do very nicely. I do predict they'll come out with a bit better than their quali result. I have to say, I'm quite surprised by Hugs as well. The Bentley there, 28.3 for the Bentley, not a bad result in my books, and still potential to go even faster. I think Midnight could be closing in.
If this is a valid lap, it was not a valid lap, but now we saw that there was 2 tenths up on the Delta. So yeah. It's gonna be a challenge one of these days, definitely. As we currently look at Ivano, who's coming around to, I think, finish the out lap. Oh, crashes there! And that is one of the dangers of the last corner of Red Bull Ring. If you take too much of the curb there on the inside, it might unsettle the car just a bit too much.
Yeah, that's one of the tough parts about the elevation changes that I find as well. If you just get on the throttle just like a tad too quickly, and you would just unsettle that car, and that exact thing happens. Midnight on the map. Midnight at the moment on the charge, 0.3, looking like a 27. Those Gabagals might cash in for me in a moment. Going even faster, I think maybe even 4 tenths in the lap. BM looking quite strong. Late Apex is here, gets it just about right, keeps the Delta positive. They've just got to smash the last 2 sectors here. Second to last corner, drifting to the left, going for that real late Apex. I think they've got it done.
No! It must have invalidated there in the last sector.
Oh, no.
That is so unfortunate for Midnight Hurricane there. Seems to have invalidated in the last sector. This gives another opportunity to Matt Ohm, however, who is improving, who has the potential to improve, currently on starting another running lap.
I reckon as it stands, Matt will certainly be looking quite racy. As I said though, I mean, the hot lap pace right now is fantastic. I just worry about the Audi on a higher fuel load compared to its compatriots of the Ferrari and the BM. A bit of traffic here. And Amet chasing, having a bit of a hole punched at this moment in time. I'm not too sure who that is ahead of them. It might possibly Asa or Kisumiri.
It does look like one of the Queen's Design X Pan Formula cars, indeed.
They're currently rounding 8th in the team tables and definitely looking to make up a few more places against their rivals in Techno Bursto 2 and Phoenix Racing VTuber Academy.
Oh, it is Kat Kizumiri letting Omet by, but goes too wide and validates her lap again. But we'll have 2 more tries, it seems, coming around now. We have Asa Ravana, a 10th up on her time, or looking to challenge Midnight Hurricanes P2 for now. It's just Dynamet. Well, we'll see. Oh no! Also, pulls to the side.
Oh, fuel? Or maybe they're just done.
We will have to see Electroshock, however, not done yet, leading the silver standings so far, but currently on the path to maybe improve themselves up to P3 overall.
No, surely not.
Come on!
Surely not.
What can the Mustang do? What can the Czech Mustang do? Electroshock in the last sector now, over 3/10 up on their last time. What can this become? Oh, losing quite a lot of time through the last corner there. I don't know if there's any saving. No, there was no time gained. Well, there was a bit of time gained, but no position gained due to that. Lost over 3/10 in the last corner alone. So let's see what Zero Alexander can do. Currently in 17th position, 4/10 up on their time, putting themselves closer to DJ Overdrive. Not quite close enough to go for that provisional P1 right now. And it seems that the qualifying session is sort of fizzing out at the moment. Quite a lot of drivers already in the pits. We have a few drivers, however, that are still on valid laps, still trying to improve. And maybe even some that can come around for one more lap, like Cal Squid, for example. Just started the last qualifying lap of the day. He's last.
Well, very interesting. I really thought Shock there in that last corner had a bit more of an improvement. That would have actually been P3. That would have been incredible, but...
Okay, I'm gonna have to say sorry already because this is like the low bottom of the barrel. But I'm quite shocked that lap didn't go through. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Honestly, I was expecting it, but it's like I said, it goes to show you just. It's all in the last 2 turns. You put it all together. You see the Delta Green, and you're thinking about it. You're overthinking it, wanting to do more, and it just bit back. Midnight at the moment though. Seems to be doing their last lap as well.
Yeah, Midnight also, and it doesn't look as well as the previous lap. Not close enough right now, just shy of a 10th up on their best lap time. Maybe there's a bit to be saved in the last sector, but will it be enough to make up 4/10 to the lead? Cal Squid now coming around. Not able to improve because they did catch another car there. Unfortunately, so let's take a look at Midnight Hurricane. Invalidated their lap once again in the last sector.
Overpushed. It just bites you. It really bites you. Oh dear.
But what I find interesting here is that the best sector 1 in the qualifying session was Midnight Hurricanes. All of the other sectors were Omet Ohms, but Sector 1 is Midnight Hurricanes, and they will be starting right next to one another. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the starting grid. We have Omet Ohms starting in front of Midnight Hurricane in the front row. Second row is headed by Asa Ravana and Biggie Hugs in the Bentley, the big old boat. Isaac Umbras and Electroshock, the first of the silver drivers, are in row 3, followed by Zul Akihara and Mo Tsong. Row 4 has Cal Squid and Ivano EAB, followed by Kenneth Losgelöst and Kaito Nasa, the big old Mustang. Kat Kizumiri is next, followed by 2 pros, Hexalotl Ubica and Eric Gregis. Then we start with the AMs. We have DJ Overdrive starting next to Gregis. Behind that, Zero Alexandra, Tals the 14th. Then we have Luna Lupo and Imentrix Zanes. In the next row, we have Ian the Terrible and Savage EJ, not Steve. I will remember that. Then we have Neko Kitten and Echo Limit, one of the new drivers this time around. Rioni Mises and Kageru Kanemoto round up the grid on the last row. 13 rows of drivers looking to make the mark into the Styrian mountainside at Red Bull Ring.
Wow. 26 cars. I'm apprehensive for the drivers. I really am. It's a lot of distance to cover naturally with the race that we got ahead of us, but that's a lot behind you or in front of you. And I mean, in the case of Amet, nearly about to call them Omelette. Whoops, that's my usual nickname for them. The case of Omet, obviously being chased by, you know, Asa, Midnight, Biggie Hugs. You know, these are names that will certainly bring the aggression to Amet. And you know, in last rounds, you know, I have to say Amet has been quite pacey, but there's just been these times where there's been these little slip-ups, these little moments that have cost them dearly in the race, and we're just going to have to assess how the Audi goes in the longer stint and how it fares compared to the BM. Can Amet keep it consistent? You know, luckily for the Red Bull Ring, there's quite a lot of track in terms of your wideness to be able to avoid some walls or anything like that, because I know Nordschleifer definitely had a bit of a problem for Amet at certain turns, really. But coming out in force for quali, they've just got to keep it together.
So you teased the question earlier. The last question we have to ask before the start of the race. Who's your prediction? You talked quite a lot about Omet now. Is that where you're putting your gabagool?
Oh, you know what's an interesting one? I'm going to start with the AMs. Okay, I'm gonna tease you a little bit. I'm going to start with the AMs. My money is naturally a bit more on DJ Overdrive. I think they have been quite consistent through the season with the Aston Martin. Pretty dominant for the AM category, but I think Zero is also, again, showing signs of life, but just needs to rein in the consistency. Then sort of coming into the silvers, I mean, Electroshock's had a brilliant qualifying. They put themselves in a great position. They have to avoid the chaos. I think Squid will maybe fall off a little bit to Sensoy. I think Sensoy's been really quite consistent this season, so that and Los Galops, it's going to be really close to silvers. But then for pros, it's tough. It is tough, and my head actually says Midnight. A bit controversial, you might say, but I genuinely think it. What's your thoughts? Because I genuinely think Asa and Midnight will have a really good run here.
As they will be lining up side by side now, let me quickly also go through it. I think I agree with you. DJ Overdrive is quite good in the AM class and might take this again today. In the silver class, I'm hesitant to say Electroshock, because they haven't been the most consistent driver. So I will put my money on Ivano EAB there, and in the pro class, I'm totally with you. If Midnight Hurricane can get the launch off at the start, they will take the lead quite easily in the beginning. They're better in the first sector. They've shown that in the qualifying session. So now it's just a matter of whether they then can keep it to the race, as we're already lining up, and it seems that Midnight Hurricane is ahead as we start. And we're green, the race is starting, they're side by side. Omet almost slightly ahead though, but there's enough inside line for Midnight Hurricane to take it away. Pushing Omet out, and there's quite a lot of cars in the back going wide, but no big incident from what I can see. So now it's just a question, can Omet retaliate immediately, or will Midnight Hurricane get some time to lead? Omet immediately goes for it, dives to the inside of T3.
Look at Asa. No. Oh, Asa doesn't get a good run there. Oh, a little bit of a nudge. It's going to get a bit racy between these two, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Omet is now on the inside for the next corner. What will Midnight Hurricane do? Go all the way to the outside, trying to get the best run through the next corner. However, they are side by side. Asa is getting so close, trying to break up this battle, trying to capitalize on them two racing side by side there. Biggie Hugs in the background, just watching this as they touch.
Oh no! Oh big crash, big
Oh
crash.
my
Oh,
god, there's a big crash in the background there. Midnight Hurricane got turned around and a few cars hit that, it seems. Midnight Hurricane now in the back. Ivano seemingly part of that. Let's take a look what happened there in the replay.
That was
So we're on-
chaos.
Absolutely. So we saw Omet's Orm and Midnight Hurricane coming together there. Ivano going on the inside there of Zola Kihara. And there's just a... has to take evasive action there because I think there was Savage EJ that turned into Midnight Hurricane there.
Do you know what though? The one thing that they can be really happy with, they've not got any damage. The car's still in a good spot. There's still plenty of time. It's the first lap.
There is plenty of time, and it seems like Ivano does not want to take any of time making this move. They're making it 3 wide! 3 wide! They're coming into turn 3 right now. Now let's take a look. Oh, Ivano easily eking out the other 2 cars he was 3 wide with. Oh, but hell, he lost quite a lot of time. In the background, they're still going off the circuit. It seems like they're still going multiple wide into different corners here in the second lap of the race.
I mean, Ivano currently is fighting a pro car in that 22 of Gregis at the moment. Just trying to keep it nice and consistent around the outside. There's still plenty of time. You don't need to ruin your tyres just yet. Trying to make up a bit more ground to Los Gulus, who's had a brilliant start. Electroshock and Cow Squid in P6 as well. I mean, the Silvers are really putting themselves into the fight at the moment and not looking too shabby for a start. I mean, Electroshock can't be too sad at all. Oh, Midnight's in the pits.
Can we say that this was the first commentator's curse of the day? But we both cursed Midnight Hurricane, unfortunately. Very sorry about that. Hurricane now in the pits after having been turned around and T-boned on the first lap. But this is still a huge group of cars here battling. Look at this.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, Ivano at the moment just seemingly making these gains on Gregis as it stands. I think they've just got a bit of a better exit there. Aston a little bit slower out of the corners unless you can keep the RPMs up. And it's starting to pay dividends for the BM driver. Whoa, bit of a battle here. Los Gulus looking at Ubistar. Got to drag it to the inside? No. Is that a most wanted livery? It is. Oh, magnificent. Oh, love it. Ubistar. You've got my approval there. Los Gulus there on the chase. Can't seem to close the gap completely. And now you've just got a nice little train forming.
Now, Kenneth Los Gulus is in a horrible situation right here. He's in a pro sandwich. He doesn't want to get caught up by Ivano from behind, who is looking racy, but he wants to sort of catch up to Kelsquid and Electroshock ahead to go for the silver victory. But they are actually in the next group up ahead, because there's a huge separation between the first group and the second group racing right now. So what does he do in this situation? He has to stay in front of the pro Eric Regis to keep a bit of a distance to Ivano behind, but he cannot go too slow because Greg is a pro for a reason, and we're already seeing that here. Going for the inside here.
Ivano.
And Ivano goes through as well.
Wow. Yep, that's
Not only
Ivano's
that, but
promotion
Kaito Nasa also goes to the inside. They come together.
He's off. He's off.
There was Kaito Nasa and Kenneth Los Gulus coming together, almost collecting a third car there in the middle, and they both... Oh, that is unfortunate. Look at how they are stranded right now.
Yeah, they just got out of shape, and I think Kaito Nasa clipped the rear of Los Gulus if I squint my eyes hard enough. And also with the elevation change and the bump, both cars just naturally just met a very, very unfortunate end as it stands at the moment.
As Los Gulus now right ahead of Midnight Hurricane, but we go back to the front where Ivano now has inherited P3 in silver class because of that situation that we just witnessed. And he's... Oh! It seems like Gregis was going too slow for him there.
What is going on? And this turns to the fortunes of Queen's Design Panel Formula, who've now got a car in P2 and in P10. Very decent stuff there. Well, overall, but P3 for Kisimiri and P2 for Asa.
And lest we forget, DJ Overdrive.
Oh, yes.
P9 for the end driver overall. DJ has been in such a great mood in these past few races. It looks like finally the stars have aligned. As Biggie Hugs already enters the pits, that might be damage. However, the pit window is open, which means this is a legal pit stop already. There's one mandatory pit stop that everyone has to take. So let's take a look at what happened here. We're on board with Biggie Hugs.
See, was that Isaac Umbris behind Biggie Hugs? It is, isn't it? I think they've called team orders here. Or team strategy, potentially. Unless Biggie Hugs has had a moment. I think the Technoburst team have just called it in and said, you know what? We need you to box. Yeah, look. He just comes of his own volition. Nearly a collision there, but...
The pit entry on the Red Bull Ring can be sketchy at times. But yeah, it's just Biggie Hugs just normally going into the pits there. Maybe trying to undercut the entire field, who knows?
Yeah, they might... The thing is, with these, it's a mandatory tyre, so you're going to be running on that same tyre now for the next 50 minutes. I can't really see the reasoning behind it, strategy-wise, but... Listen, you being a Bentley driver, I'm going to hold my hands up and hand the reins to you, Julian. What are you thinking?
I think for a 1 hour race, the tyres are not that much of an effect.
Really? Even the hard push of RBR? You think?
I don't think it's that much of a difference. We're not at the highest level of esports here, you gotta remember. so these drivers, while some of them are greatly talented, all of them are talented. Some of them are greatly talented in sim racing, for example. That is where most of our pro class finds themselves. But they're still not at an esports level, so it will not affect the outcome as much as it might affect a difference where every 1,000 nets you a position, basically.
No, fair enough. Oh, midnight.
Oh!
Drops it, just drops it over pushing. Oh, that's just aggression, isn't it? That's just overcommittal and aggression.
Was very lucky, though, however, for being able to rejoin as quickly as they could. But this is just, it goes from bad to worse for Midnight Hurricane in last position at the moment. And yeah, just has to finish the race now. Has to try and finish the race. Maybe get a few positions on the way of other people who might have situations. Who knows? We're not hoping it on anyone. However, let's take a look at Ivano. But behind Charles the 14th now. What is up with the AM drivers?
Yeah, it's something's in the water today by the sounds of things, because the AM drivers and the silver drivers are both really actually doing quite well. The AM drivers, on a majority, are ahead of the silvers. But what is going on?
Charles did just let Ivano by there, so might have inherited the position, now giving it back up, giving it up to Gregis as well. So that was reinstating the order there a bit by Charles the 14th. Ivano is on a mission, however. Well, he is currently only in P4 in silver class, but still in P10 overall. Zula Kihara right ahead. Quite a bit of a damage, the Aston there.
Oh, that's really not what you need, especially with Technoburst being 7th in the table at the moment for the teams. Something that I have particular interest in. Trying to chase Kisumiri at the moment. Diving to the inside, thinks about it, dives back into the apex there. Probably the smart move. I mean, if you've got damage there, I think you just need to ride that long stint. And just picking Kanemoto, I think, has just had a moment as well. Yeah, they've RTG'd. Oh, what happened? What happened there? Is it just the first turn curse, potentially?
Let's take a look if we can see something.
Unless...
Being followed up by Midnight Hurricane here. Just pulls off.
Oh, hardware.
Might be mechanical, yeah.
Yeah, must be a hardware issue. Oh, dear. Well, some early casualties in this race so far. The AM's getting quite racy, by the way. By the looks of things, Ian the Terrible and EJ currently really pushing at the moment, trying to chase each other. And that is for P... 3 total, P4 in the AMs. Savage EJ there looks for a bit of a move, potentially. Oh, can you get it done? How brave are you?
Oh, the outside,
oh.
but the outside line there was better, it seems. The Honda stays in front. By the way, 2 Honda NSXs there, and 3 and 4 in the M class. Beautiful to see.
Not something you typically see. I know Albert loves a bit of the Honda. And I've given it a go here, and I have to say it ran quite well. I think the Honda's here in good form at the moment. Sardi as well, someone who I'm quite sad to not see here. Yeah, been very decent in the Honda for the TGT as well. Oh, Zoe Kihara at the moment being chased by Ivano. Is it not Ivano? Sorry, it's Kusumiri. Bit of a position change there. Oh no, Ian! What happened there?
What happened there? Let's take a look. Oh, trying to go for a better line there, but Luna Lupo is just going off. And it seems like Ian just trying to evade that situation. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Luna Lupo had a mistake there. It promoted Savage EJ ahead, but Ian the Terrible has completely lost it now, it seems. Well, sometimes it's just one situation that puts you out of the zone. And then mistake after mistake just keeps on coming. I think at this point it might also be good to just go into the pits, reset.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with that. I have a bit of an interesting stat for you.
Hmm?
DJ Overdrive currently lapping better than Cal Squid, and Ubista up ahead is still remaining in that close battle. So I think DJ actually could be on the push for a top 5 finish today.
Wow. DJ, that is some strong showing there by the Grip Runners driver, the Grip Runners founder.
That's crazy. I mean, we'll have to see how the latter stint comes out for the Aston, but 46 minutes on the clock. There's still a lot of time, but showing some really good signs of pace at the moment. Oh, Luskalust tries to go out the inside as well, making the chase up to Zane's, the 96 car at the moment. That's one thing with the Porsche, though. The straight line speed is a little bit of an issue, but in the corners, if you can just get the balance right, it is mighty, very mighty.
Yeah, that's where the thing about it being a rear-engine car comes in. It's the only one of its kind. It's very unique to drive when compared to all other GT3 cars. If you can handle that, it can be used to great effect.
Certainly.
Oh, Menchik Saints. Maybe a bit of team orders there. Who knows? I don't know. Luskalus, however, taking the position there in silver class from Saints. Maybe also just a bit of outbreaking themselves. Remains to be seen. Next up are 3 AMs in front of them, so they will look to get in front of that.
Yeah, Luskalus was putting in some pretty decent times looking at the sheets, and I think there was a little bit of team orders there to say, look, just ride long on the strategy. Just let me try and make up the places and get the battle. And look, you can see it paying off now. The number 4 car being past there, EJ, for I believe that is Grip Runners, isn't it? Yeah. Currently P1 in the stands for the team and starting to pay a bit more into Vitality Buggy's favour by the looks of things. But he might not let it go just yet. Savage EJ gives it a little bit of a look, but the Mercedes, you've got to really work to get the rotation round in it. Oh, was that a little bit of an off there? Oh, no, it wasn't. No, a little bit of a touch of the sand. But all's well. Luskalust remains in front. Teammates behind. Not looking too bad at all. DJ Overdrive is 0.2 away from Ubista as well. What is going on? Being chased by Zora Kihara too. Wow. Elbows are going to be coming out, I think. Oh,
I think there was a bit of a touch between the two, maybe? It looked like DJ got a bit of a push there by Zula Kihara.
It's a drag race. Oh, a bit of the side draft. Oh no, DJ thinks better of it and actually just seems to back off a tad there. Kusumiri right behind there seems to have a decent run as well. Oh, this is getting hot. Getting real spicy.
DJ Overdrive now has a battle in front between Obitsa and Akihara, and a battle behind between Kisumiri and Sensoi. So, in the middle of the action, but actually having nothing to do themselves, is the situation that DJ Overdrive finds himself in.
Yeah, certainly. They're in somewhere they shouldn't really belong if you're looking at the class systems, but seemingly fitting in and blending in perfectly fine. Fighting a pro car and a silver behind. Oh, a little bit different Kisumiri. I think they're going to be in a bad spot here. Ivana.
This is the chance for the Wild Things racing driver on the inside of Kat Kisumiri and is able to take the position. Oh,
Ivano, bloody hell, that was close, wasn't it? I thought Kisumiri might have a bit of a run there. And they're just seeming to duck under the rear wing of the BM. It's all going to be like this turn here. Ivano just needs to get a good run out of it. If Kisumiri gets the run, it's not going to be looking too good. But no, keeps it well, keeps it good. And you can just see ahead as well. People coming in for their stops, and the strategy's starting to pay off now. Even at 42 minutes left. It's a tyre change. What is going on? Very surprising here. Akihara there looking towards the inside. DJ's going to sweep past.
I think this is what DJ wanted when he let Sul Akihara overtake. Okay, you two guys fight there. I'm gonna take the scraps in the end, basically.
I certainly.
Because, that was a late move, and it did not pay off, but it did pay off for DJ Overdrive, who wants to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, not going to help the rubber situation either. A little bit of flat spot and potentially there. So Akihara is going to be a little bit of trouble there. Vulnerable to Sensor at the moment, Ivano. I'm learning to call them Ivano. Give me time. But yeah, DJ's having an absolute stormer of a day at the moment. 0.4 away from the car in front. Truly is popcorn. I can see in the chat the popcorn emojis being used, and you're absolutely right.
This is a beautiful race to have some popcorn right now. This 5-car train, 3 different classes involved in this train. And unbelievably, an AM driver in 2nd position here, being followed closely by Sul Akihara. But let's take a look. Obitsa seems to be sort of the cork in the bottle here. Sul Akihara again wanting to move past DJ Overdrive. I mean, it is not DJ Overdrive's battle here. In all fairness, it is Sul Akihara's battle. And if Sul Akihara Ivano, however. Yeah.
Kisumiri really could have made use of that. Just didn't seem to have the exit they needed to promote themselves. And Ivano keeps it going and actually looks really pacey at the moment. Going to the inside. Thinks about it.
Not quite yet. But it really looks like it. Obitsa is just the cork in the bottle. Maybe everyone behind is quicker at the moment, but they just cannot find a way past securely.
I do question it, to be honest. I mean, the pace seems relatively similar across all of the cars, but there is that question of the bottleneck, isn't there? And the gap from that, I mean, Ibista is about 13 seconds away from Cal Squid, who is about, my race control's going a bit crazy, but about a minute 30 or something, it's saying between Cal Squid and Shock at the moment. Oh, wait, no, it's a lot less. It's 12 seconds. What is going on?
Yeah. It's a typical spaghetti engineering timing bug. Does not matter at the moment. All that we know is that this is a strong battle here. Ivano wanting to get away from Kat Kisumiri, wanting to put a car behind himself and the following silver driver. But I don't think Sul will want to give it up so easily.
No, certainly not. I think Ivano just had to find just a bit better pace there. The pace has sort of dropped here as well, just to sort of chime in on Omet, actually. They were posting some high, or some low, I should say, 28s, and they've just dropped back to a 28.9. As of though 29.3, so the battle at the front two is far from over. 5.5 seconds is what separates them at the moment. Ivano!
Ivano's just amazing on the brakes today, it seems. Look at that confidence as he makes up so much time in the braking zones each time and time again. And now he has got Zul where he wanted him.
Wow! The idealist Ivano certainly brings the light bulb on, because that was a brilliant overtake. Unless Zul looks for an overtake here.
Oh, but surely Ivano, the brakes are with him today. Yeah, look at that. He keeps it ahead quite easily. Zul even has to overshoot the corner to even catch up.
Wow. Brilliant performance from Ivano. They're really keeping Zul behind. And do you know what that's allowing DJ to do? It's allowing DJ to drive up to Ubista.
But Ivano is now unleashed. Ivano is coming for DJ. And Ubica seems to also drive away from DJ Naro. A bit at least.
Yeah, DJ's actually put in a better lap than Ubista. Oh, Zul has to go quite wide there. DJ had a bad exit.
Around the outside by Zul.
No way, you can't. I think DJ just needs to hold that bit of road, really. Yeah, holds the road there. Oh,
going to the
bad
outside.
exit. Oh no!
There's a back marker. I think that is Mentrix there off letting this battle pass. As DJ Overdrive losing 3 positions here.
Oh, DJ, no.
Well, it did look like DJ let these 3 positions pass there. Or maybe they just overshot the corner, who knows?
Might be, it could be that thing where you just sort of, you see someone go off and you think, aha! And then you end up following them in some sort of behavioural pattern. I don't know why it happens, but it does. Oh dear, but DJ P9 still looking pacey.
Eric Gregis.
Yeah, they're all sort of coming into the mix now, aren't they?
Wait, is Eric Gregis here behind? There's Kat Kizumiri, okay. I was wondering. Yeah, it's getting a bit darker right now. It doesn't help that the clouds have completely covered the Syrian sky. It's getting a bit darker now. It might be starting time soon for everyone to turn on the headlights.
Oh, what I would give to just get a bit of rain right now, I'd honestly start doing a little bit of a dance.
It doesn't look like that, unfortunately, or fortunately for the racers, to be quite honest.
I know. From a spectator's perspective, as I rub my hands, I'd love to see it in some frantic strategy, but it's all just coming to a little bit of a head at the moment. Biggie Hugs is starting to make places through the AM drivers as well from their pit stops.
Just imagine a minute from now, 30 minutes, weather switches to rain.
Oh, what I'd give. Oh, what I'd give.
That would invoke strong feelings of MotoGP. When was it? 2020, I think, in Styria, where Brad Binder had to run on slick tires for, I think, 3 or 4 laps in the wet. In the end, and in the end, eked it out.
That takes some serious bravery.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have never seen the word cojones mentioned more than in that single broadcast.
Sincerely, don't blame them. A little bit of a stats geek moment for me as I adjust my glasses. Last lap, I'm at home, 1:29.147. Assetto 1:28.8. Now, don't want to jinx it.
Ooh.
I'm going to touch a little bit of wood. But I think Asa is finding more consistency than Amet right now. I think Amet's starting to struggle a bit more with the tyres. Maybe a bit of damage effectiveness. Oh wait, I say that and they've actually just now listened to me and put down 28.5. I'm good. Let's ignore everything I just said and yeah, 29.6 there from Asa.
Yeah.
Oh dear, a little. Anyway, over to you.
Is it still a commentator's curse if you say it after something has already happened and you just haven't gotten the info yet?
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Ivano, beautiful run there compared to Ubica, able to take the position quite easily there. Wow. That is Ivano now unleashed. Oh, going wide. Everyone goes wide.
Wide.
As you said earlier, you see someone go wide. Well, I'ma follow that person.
Literally, I swear to you, it's like a behavioural thing. I know we all evolved from primates, but come on, it's like, what's going on? Why are we all following each other?
And that is not primate behavior. That is lemming behavior.
Yes. Oh, what a throwback, truly. Oh dear. Oh, biggie hugs. Position
Biggie hugs.
change.
He's battling with Luna Lupo right now, the pro driver. Oh yeah, just wanted to get that position back. I mean, this is now. Biggie Hugs has already done the pit stop. Luna Lupo hasn't yet. Technically, they're fighting for position, but they're not even in the same class. As Ian, the terrible
Ian.
turned around. Yeah, that is in the infield section. Easily done here. Oh, just gets a bit unsettled.
Snap. The power of dreams, baby. Snaps on you when you least want it to.
Good for not rejoining there. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good discipline. But yeah, I applaud you for your discipline and being safe. Thank you so much, honestly. If they can, yeah.
And now entering the pits. Understandably, getting a bit of repairs maybe done. Maybe had a bit of damage early, and that helped the incident. As we just now see, the sun is shining through a bit again, so it seems like the rain dance has not helped.
Everything I touch turns to the opposite today. I'm gonna try this again. All right. Oh no.
Okay, Garo taking the slip road at the side of the circuit there.
Hardware.
Maybe hardware. Maybe damage. Well, it doesn't seem to be damage on the car itself, right?
It doesn't look too mashed up. It must be a. Oh! What the hell?
This is the slip road. This is the slip road that they MotoGP or motorcycles usually take when they don't manage to take that corner.
We did put up a lap guide. On the back.
Just because it's tarmac and it's reachable doesn't mean you need to race it. There's only one tarmac surface that is usually for racing.
That's got to be hardware. Oh well, we'll see how they get on.
Hardware, maybe software, who knows? Yeah.
Could be headwear, which is definitely my problem. Just a quick one. On terms of the strategy, as I adjust my glasses again, EJ comes into the pits, Loipo comes into the pits, Kitten comes into the pits as well. We've got strategy starting to pay up between the cars, and avert your rise, Technoburst fans, because we've got some team racing going on between, I think that's Gregis and Akihara. And people are peeling into the pits now.
Yeah, Shensoi and Overdrive got into the pits right now, promoting Akihara and Gregis into 6 and 7 overall, respectively.
I think DJ made the exact right call to come in right now. I think this is a perfect strategy call. You come out, and by the time that they come out, they'll have a nice little bit of track to themselves. Lay down the pace, get your tyres up to pressure, and just power it down, because you can just see now Technoburst that are fighting each other at the moment.
It seems like that. I mean, it's a pride thing at that point. Gregis wants to finish ahead of Akihara. Akihara wants to finish ahead of Gregis as Luna Lupo gets a stop go 30 for speeding in the pits.
Certainly. Mav Royal in the chat. Adrian, I know who you are. It's Adrian, isn't it? Adrian Dabrowka. Yeah. It is, I thought so. For some reason, I thought Alex. Alex just haunts my dreams. Says all of grip runners into the pits at the same time, to my knowledge. Interesting.
Oh, okay. That is the strategy. As we see Talster 14th go off the circuit there. Currently in the AM lead. Talster 14th, yeah, getting just a bit too hot into that corner. Easily done. Just missing the braking point a little. But Tal's having a really strong showing considering the fact he hasn't raced here in a while. This is a returning season for him. Beautiful to see that the number 14 is ahead of his number in overall standings even right now.
I can't read out that team name. That is fantastic, though. I find that relatively hilarious.
Tomboys and corn dogs. That's a combination of tiles, if I
Certainly.
recall correctly.
Oh, box. Get those wheel guns out, baby. It's time for a pit. And I think...
very early there on the limiter.
Oh, yeah. They're just riding it now. Oh, this is going to cost them a lot of time. DJ's definitely going to scream past. Kisumiri and Cal Squid in the pits as well.
Oh yeah, 2 of the front runners in silver class. And amongst all of this, Omet Om has already pit.
Wow.
We're promoting Asa Ravana into the lead right now. But
Shock came in.
Electroshock, currently in overall P2, who is currently pitting as well. So very strong showing by Electroshock today.
Yeah, certainly. A really nice long stint. Kept the nose out of trouble. Laying down some consistent pace as well. Asa at the moment just laid down a 130.3. Omet Om obviously needs to get the tyres up to scratch. They did a 134.8. So I think Asa needs to really debate on that strategy now. And they've not had a good time lately. I know that for certain. But this is it. This is the crunch time. You've got to find where the gaps will be and where you can come in if it's right time to come in.
Let's look at this though. Does Eric Regis want to make a move on Zula Kihara here? Losing a bit of time there.
Damn, they're both going really long actually on the strategy.
That seems like it, yeah.
Omet's going to be catching up to the pair of them. If they don't box, this is going to be a Technoburst 0.2 double box Aroni, I'm not sure. The Omet Om's chasing actually quite harshly onto both of them.
Yeah, is catching quite effectively right now. So even if they wanted to go for a few lead kilometers or lead laps or whatever, it's questionable whether they would get it with Omet Om being so close behind them. As we see Biggie Hugs right now being followed by Electroshock.
Asa's just dived into the pits. Oh my god, this is going to be really close.
Oh, and the other two, the Technobursts are staying out. Om's still behind them. Asa Ravan is not moving yet.
No. Oh wow. What's happened?
The gap before the pits was around 9 seconds. Now we're up to over 14 seconds.
That's not what you want from a pit stop, and that is certainly going to put a bit of a buffer in the works there. It's saying to me, was Isaac Umbris also taking a place? I think Isaac's also gone above Asa as well, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not the situation you wanted if you're Asa and Isaac, the ever long-running, consistent Mercedes driver. Oh, Biggie Hugs being harassed here by Shock?
That is Electroshock.
Electroshock?
Electroshock.
Electroshock? What?
Must be quite a shocking revelation for Biggie Hugs to be challenged by a silver driver like that.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry, that was the second time I did that joke today. But I don't think there are many more puns you can do with the name Electroshock, right?
Oh, Tals, no. Memento.
That's Tals, one of the last ones that has not done... Oh, yeah, we've seen that. It's almost a carbon copy from what we saw Midnight Hurricane do earlier today.
Yeah. It happens where you just push a bit too hard and the rotation kicks in. I think the Technoburst cards there were giving Omet a little bit of a parting wave to just sail them past by the looks of things. Zorkihara is going to come in for their stop now. Gregis is going to stay out.
Yeah, but Gregis is staying out, so we received some fake news earlier. It seems. Where they said all of them will be coming in at the same time. What I'll be looking forward to, however, is to see Tarsa 14th after that crash. Still has to do the pit stop. Will he stay ahead of Zero Alexandra? because
certainly is.
it's rather close between the two right now, and I think this is not the best situation for Taos to be in at the moment. The timings are really playing weird right now.
Yeah, certainly so. We're having to throw up a few pigeons at the tractor site who's where at the moment. Cal Squid's been promoted as well, so it looks like Ohm, Gregis, Umbrus, Ravana. So it's all gone a bit pear-shaped at the moment. I think Gregis is actually... Oh, Gregis hasn't boxed yet. So Umbrus is the actual PT holder by the looks of things.
Gregis and Taos the 14th are still lacking the mandatory pit stop as it seems right now.
Oh.
Looking at Ersa Ravana on the catch-up right now, lapping a Mercedes there. I think that is... Was that Mo Song?
I think it might have been.
No. Oh well, doesn't matter. Anyways, Ersa Ravana did lap there. Mo Song right now having a pretty good recovery drive. Taos the 14th is now in the pits. So we'll have to see where he comes out afterwards. Eric Regis as well. So I think these are the last mandatory pit stops that we've got.
Yeah, it's all going to come down pedal to the metal now, and seems like Emmett Holmes had a bit more of a vice grip on P1 there. 28.4 is the pace they're laying down, very close to their best lap. Getting right into the swing of things at the moment, but I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. Emmet's had their moments of madness lately on the throttle and found the car a little bit sideways, so we'll see if they can keep it consistent.
But also has been so close to winning 2 races recently. The Nordschleife 2 weeks ago, which was a drag race to the finish against Ruby Nekomata. And then last week at Barcelona in TGT, where there was a bit of a position swap at the end.
Multi-21, some might say. Between yeah.
But today looks really strong for Matt. This might be what they've been waiting for. And Taos the 14th has not finished the mandatory pit stop. This is not good now. Might have not taken tires as we see Rioni Mises spinning out. That was in the last sector of the circuits. Maybe taking the inside curb a bit too much in the last corner. We'll have to see. Coming into the second to last corner right now. Oh, yep. Getting it unsettled on braking into that corner even. Okay. Oh, and there's evasive action. That was electroshock. They had to take evasive action there.
Yeah, locked the rears there by the looks of things, and it was all a bit of a disaster. Shout out to electroshock though, P5. What is going on?
Speaking of which, electroshock must have lost quite a bit of time to Biggie Hugs now. 6 seconds behind. Over 6 seconds behind.
Certainly so. They've been laying down some decent pace, but Hugs is in about 130.8. And just a bit of an update for you. Asa Ravana just did a 28.5. They are 2.5 behind Isaac Umbras, and they are pushing really damn hard.
Oh yeah, that's 6/10 quicker than Isaac Umbras did last lap around. It's just a matter of time at this moment that you feel there will be a bigger battle coming between the two.
Certainly the perseverance of Asa has been well noted by me during this race, and even with the strategy not exactly paying off there and Isaac going long in the AMG, there's certainly some I think of a bit of a I can't speak. A bit of a bit between the teeth that Ass has got to catch up to P2 at the moment.
Just a bit of a workout there for Asa Ravana. But a P2 now after the unlucky stride she has had recently would be quite Would go down quite well, I would have to imagine.
Just got to keep it consistent, really. If they keep up this pace at the moment, they'll maybe even potentially challenge for P1. It just depends on what Omet's going to be laying down. If the time, because I think the Audi, have me, anybody in the chat, have me shot if you're an Audi fan. I'm sorry, but I think it eats up the tires quite a bit compared to the Ferrari. So we'll have to assess how it's going a bit later in the battle.
Well, we see Kenneth Floskelus right now, who is behind Kat Kizumiri, and it seems like both of them are behind DJ Overdrive. Is this maybe a cock in the bottle situation again?
Oh, DJ, we've been here before, my friend.
There's a yellow flag ahead. It seems like the number 15 and the number 89 were involved. Neko Kitson, and it must have been Mo Song. Yeah, let's take a look what happened here. Oh, what is going on there?
It's all it's all gonna a bit head.
Oh, on acceleration, Mo Song.
Oh. It all just went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? I think people just didn't know what was going on between each other. Oh, poor Neko Kitten, I'm sorry.
I have to turn off my Stewart brain, because my Stewart brain just made my face make a very annoyed look.
Oh, god damn it. Just to chime back in, Los Galers looking on the inside of Kizumiri and DJ Overdrive. Cork in the bottle. Cork in the bottle. Wide out at sea here at Austria. And 233's just had an off there. That means is not sure whereabouts on circuit, quite a distance away, but story so far is Los Galers is chasing Kizumiri for another place up, and DJ Overdrive has got a picnic basket in the passenger seat and is running away with the P1 win for the M class at the moment.
It's definitely looking like that. Quite a ways ahead of the next in line.
Do you want a bit more stats nerding?
Oh yes, let's go.
Asarivana, 28.6 last lap. Omet, 29.2, and Isaac Umbris, 29.4. Asa is pushing.
Yeah, but in the lap before that, Omet Orm had a 29.5. It seems that consistency is not very much with Omet at the moment.
No,
As
certainly
we
not.
see, Kizumiri coming very close to DJ Overdrive now.
Oh, DJ. Oh. A little bit of net coding there.
Oh, but bad exit there by DJ, and this is the opportunity for Kat Kizumiri and Kenneth Losgalus. They fan out 3 wide. Will they go 3 wide into the turn 1? Oh, it looks like it. Kenneth Losgalus. They are pulling back. All of them are pulling back out of this. Being all the wiser. 3 wides into 1 corner ends in tears.
The one thing they didn't account for is the weight of DJ Overdrive's immense bravery to be holding on to such a position, fighting so far up the grid today. Oh, Gregis.
This is right ahead of the battle that we just witnessed. Eric Regis and Evano are battling. Eric Regis going for an overtake, having had the better line out of the last corner, and, well, this seems to have done it now.
Well, Gregis there, not a bad showing whatsoever. Took a bit of a later stop. And I'm just keeping an eye on the battle for P3, P2, and Asa is still getting better times than Omet and Isaac. It is starting to get hotter and hotter and hotter. 15 minutes to go. Do not go anywhere, because the gap is tumbling down and Asa is on the push.
Ireland is not usually known as the nation of racing car or motorsports drivers or riders at all. But if you look at Asa, what she's doing here, you could think that they are one of the top nations in motorsports. This amount of pushing, this amount of bravery, almost feels like growing up in a racing household. There was a yellow flag. It's Evano.
What happened? T1.
T1.
Lost it.
T1.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh no!
yeah,
No!
that is unfortunate. Hitting the wall there. Oh, Kenneth Loskelust, I think that was having to take a wider line. Luckily, not getting
Oh,
into
no.
Ivano. Yeah, that is Omets now losing a bit of time because of Ivano there. Of course, the damaged car. But that is now good news for Arthur Ivana and Isaac Umbras. Omet Olm has been caught up a bit in that. And Arthur is now on the rear of the American.
I actually fell out of my seat there. Sorry, I actually slipped off. I couldn't believe what I just witnessed. Oh God, a lot to unpack there. I meant obviously losing quite a bit of time, and they posted a decent lap last lap, 28.8, which was the best of their stint so far. But believe it or not, Asa did better than that with a 128.4. Asa's pushing like crazy. Isaac is just in the gun sights right now.
Oh yeah, but Isaac is not one to give up a position lightly. So Asa will definitely have a battle on her hands here. One that she is looking to start pretty much at this moment. In the slipstream range, let's take a look. How close will she get into braking zone of T1? How close do you want it? Half a car length between the two. Better exit there for Isaac though. Well, that's probably the front engine Mercedes being more easily able to climb the sausage curb.
Certainly so. I mean, I think Isaac's also going to be playing a little bit of a team game now, because certainly Omet is a Technoburst driver, and I can bet for certain that they're in the comms right now, and Omet is saying you need to put those brakes on because I can't maintain that pace that Asa's putting out. You need to put the brakes on right now.
I'm not imagining Omet saying that exactly in your accent. This was Task 14 of the circuit there.
Oh, I can't impersonate Omet as much as they are a dear friend of ours. I don't want to do them dirty like that. I really
please
don't.
don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Yellow flag there in the distance as well.
There was car 1985. I think there was Kagero Kanemoto again off the circuit. Really not the best of days for him today.
Wow, Asa is really giving it everything they've got at the moment.
But look at Isaac as well. Isaac is... Well, now he knows that he has to step on the gas. Let's take a look at what the times they're doing. Oh, the battling has slowed them both down, meaning Omet Olm has actually eked out an advantage last time around.
Thought that would be the case, and the laps are tumbling down at the moment. Omet's had a bit of a godsend, really, that Isaac's the person that is in P2 to put a halt to Asa's charge at the moment. I knew a bit of a team game we played. It's a bit of a Technoburst classic, really. I've seen it before.
Neko Kitten getting out of the way for the front runners there. This is also the part of the race where you will run into back markers in the race. You will have to lap them safely. So these are wild card laps right now. Anything can happen.
Certainly so. As my race control has a bit of a moment. Isaac there's going to have to slow their approach, I think, unless they send it on Song there on the inside. Oh, Song there, though.
What's the Song? Was that not the 488 of Eco Limits?
Oh, it is. Oh, I'm a sausage. Sorry, everybody. Yes, you are correctus. Oh, damn, Asa is lost a little bit of ground there by the looks of things.
Yeah, I have to mention this at the moment. Eco Limit, unfortunately, only in 25th position. However, hats off, props for them to finish the race, to go until the end, and to stay out there, gaining experience and finding out what it means to race at Vtracc.
It's a difficult stage to be in, so much to contend with.
And also in the 488 Evo, I have to mention that it's not the most up to date of the cars.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, fair play. Like, it's there's one person that really loves it, which is, and this isn't a swear, this is their name. Okay, Sir Fock. Very synonymous with that car. Seems to love it. Raced it at one of these Spa Enduros that I was competing in not too long ago. So it definitely has some good wings on it. That much I can say.
It might be the name, but I'm not sure if that's the correct way of pronouncing it. Might be Foch, might be Foch, who knows? Might be Foch, yeah. I think he's Latvian.
Yes, they are Latvian.
So, yeah. I unfortunately do not speak Latvian, even though the flag is quite close to the Austrian flag.
Oh, yeah. Geography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact for you flag nerds out there. Okay, I forgot the name of flag thing. Anyways, the study of flags. Vallelography or something like that. Yeah. The Latvian flag has a smaller white stripe in the middle and a bit of a darker shade of red than the Austrian flag. So that is pretty much the only difference between the two. The only two differences.
Certainly so. Actually, at the moment, it seems to be dropping off the pace of Umbrus at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
This might be the case of trying to overpush the car and losing concentration.
Yes, certainly
This is
so.
Sulakihara catching up to Kat Kizumiri now. And this, once again, is just for pride points. Sulakihara, of course, in the pro class, will not gain anything from overtaking Kat Kizumiri, except that warm feeling in the belly that there has been an overtake.
Just to pick up from the chat, Charles hasn't boxed.
Oh yeah, the mandatory pit stop. Of course, it hasn't triggered the last time around. So...
Oh dear.
Altar's turn around, and that front bumper did not look very well. Had to return to garage there. Now the problem is, returning to garage means it's not gonna get the mandatory pit stop out of the way.
Certainly not. Technoburst Racing here. Currently holding the top two steps at the moment in time. And Asa is trying to push, trying to find a bit more pace towards Isaac, but it's just not completely going kosher for them at the moment. Isaac, they're just getting the laps down, opened up a bit of a gap, and there's about 6 minutes left.
And the AM driver of Luna Lupo is just yellow flagged in the second sector. Just rejoined the track back right ahead that we see there. Has the indicator on?
Oh.
Oh. Found the indicator button.
Damn. Still need to bind mine. We're coming up to about 5 minutes left as well, and it's all coming to a little bit of a head here at the moment. Still a bit of a shout out for DJ Overdrive here for being right in the mix of the pros and the... Wait, Julian.
Right through for Isaac Umbrus. Oh no.
Oh my lord.
So, Asaravana has now inherited P2 on merit.
Yeah. Isaac must have overpushed it on the on some of the exits.
You know what? This is so easily done on Red Bull Ring. The track limits are... Sometimes they feel like a suggestion with all of the tarmac runoff that is around here. And that is just so inviting in some situations. Or sometimes you just need to do it.
Look at Isaac. Isaac was flashing the lights there just to say, let me past. I need to... Oh, someone in the background that just had a...
That is
Who is that?
Leonie Mises, I think. However, Mode Song, yeah. Trying to defend right now from Cal Squid here.
You just dived into the... Wait. No. They didn't go into the pits. What happened?
Oh! Isaac wanted to go for the inside there and causing both of them to lose it. Oh, so much evasive action having to be taken there. For example, by Ivano in the middle of all of that.
Isaac must be fuming at the moment. I can completely get that. That's going to damage their chances, and that's going to put them even further down the order for today. Is that going to promote Electroshock?
Biggie Hux and Electroshock are both getting ahead now.
Yeah, certainly. Certainly so.
We see Electroshock there, yeah.
What I will
There's
say,
the 37 Luna Leopo is again turned around there on the exit of T1 this time. Oh, directly on the racing line. You don't like to see that.
no, certainly not. And yeah, look, Isaac Umbrus there, P4. Electroshock P4.
What? Yeah. Overall P4 for Electroshock, the Ford Mustang from the Czech Republic.
Wow. Wow. And they are 4 seconds away from a P3. Damn. What are the laps saying? That's the question I've got.
Is on average a bit slower than Biggie Hugs, so would take quite a push in order to get that position back. However, it also means Biggie Hugs. The Bentley is on the podium.
51, yellow flag. What just happened? Oh no.
Asa Ravana's turned around at the last corner. Oh,
Where's, wait, 95, where's the 95?
she's going to stay ahead, but Biggie Hugs now sees her on the straight, on the start-finish straight. Now, we didn't see what exactly happened to Asa Ravana there. Might have been a bit of damage, who knows? Will it be enough, however, for...
The Biggie.
It does not look like there's any damage on that Ferrari. Looks more like maybe one of these classic spins that you can get in the last corner around Red Bull Ring, right?
Yeah, no, it's so easy to do. It really is. The elevation change, the worn tires, a little bit of a bump, and that's it. You're sent round to the Shadow Realm, unfortunately, and Asa there is going to be potentially hustled there. There's about a lap left. Omet's going to cross the line just about now, so they've got another lap to go. Biggie is 2.2 behind. Biggie could play spoiler here, I reckon.
Oh, this is rev up by Technoburst and P3 there. Technoburst really having a nice day today, it seems.
Apart from the Techno drive-through of Isaac Umbrus there, but Queen's Design also having a very decent day of it. Midnight. Oh no. Oh, from bad to worse at the moment for poor Midnight. Oh.
Not too far there on the reversing. That is okay, and rejoining at a safe spot here with no one around again.
Isaac Umbrus as well, chasing on the rear of Electroshock. This could be a P4 for Electroshock. This would be insanity, honestly. And Biggie Hugs 1.2 away for the P3, for the P2. Sorry, it's going to be all or nothing here.
As the time is now over, that means we're definitely on the last lap. We're going to finish 40 laps here. Where the leader, Omet, almost coming into the last sector right now as we see this battle here going on. Biggie Hugs on the rear of Ravana going for the overtake, going for the inside. Oh, they've come together quite a bit there. However, Biggie Hugs has the inside for this corner. Will he be able to accelerate quicker out of the corner as we switch on Metom, who is the winner of today's race?
Well done, Omet. Well played to great pace, but Biggie Hugs has gone
Biggie
P2.
Hugs is in P2. There might actually be a bit of damage on that Ferrari of Asa Ravana. allowing for Biggie Hugs to have caught up like he did there. But let's take a look here, coming into the last sector. Biggie Hugs, there's just 2 more corners left. But these
Unless
2
they
corners
mess it
can be
up.
so faithful.
Oh, it's going to be all hugs all the way. 2P2
Yeah,
Assetto
Assetto
so
just
wide.
goes wide there. Biggie Hugs is in P2 in Pro Class, and Asa Ravana finishes in P3. What a podium. Electroshock overall P4 and P1 in Silver Class. Beautiful results by the Czech Ford driver. Isaac Umbris behind, finishing in P4 in Pro Class and P5 overall.
Damn. What a shocker. What a shocker.
Another one comes in DJ Overdrive. The AM driver, overall P11, winning the class in front of quite a lot of the silver field here. Beautifully done.
Absolutely brilliant result there for DJ. Very well driven. I think fought the battles they knew that they could, and when they knew they needed to, they backed off, took it concise, and played it safe, and came away with a really strong P1 win for the AMs. And definitely a bit of a promotion in the win maybe for next season. Electroshock though, wow. Just wow. Amazing result. Huge result.
Absolutely beautiful drive by quite a lot of the people involved here today. So quickly going over the podiums once again. Omets Orm in front of Biggie Hacks, in front of Asa Ravana in Pro Class. In Silver Class, we've got Electroshock in P1, followed by Cal Squid and Kenneth Losgelöst. And in AM Class, we have DJ Overdrive, followed by Zero Alexandra and Ian the Terrible. I mean, wow. All of these battles that we've had today, it looked for a while that there might be rain coming, did not materialize in the end. But yeah,
I think
that was amazing.
It was. I was, the only thing I was really disappointed with was the unfortunate early demise of Midnight there. Just seemed as if it was just quite a bit feisty on that initial split,
Yeah.
and I think Asa did actually have quite a bit of damage in the front splitter for quite a bit there, which is why they got jumped by Isaac in the pits. Damn.
No. You know what it is?
I think Omet, the only person that can stop Omet is themselves.
Just received information from Asa that there were hardware issues. The brake was constantly
on. And the information that we've just received, Asa, of course, had a hardware issue, unfortunately causing them in the last lap to have too much brakes all of the time during the lap. Well, which of course is part of racing. In sim racing, the hardware that you drive with is basically like the car that you drive with IRL. There might be hardware failures at any time. And it's unfortunate that it happens, but it's understandable, and it's a part of it. But yeah, now that we have gone through this race, this round today, wow. I think there's not much left to say other than thanks everyone for watching. We have had quite a few people watching today, even though other events are also currently going on. So
yeah,
without further taking up much of your time, so you can get back to watching the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Next round in 2 weeks will be at Suzuka. So look forward to that. We will be here at the same time in 2 weeks. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, and see you on